Welcome to the module on printing lowercase letters. Let's get started. There are 3 stages of learning to print. When learning to print, it is important to use a consistent approach and frequent practice. When starting to learn letter formation, it is important to avoid additional thinking demands, like spelling words or writing without a visual example. The focus should be on imitating by watching and copying from a model, before moving on to writing from memory. During these activities, emphasize the correct way to form a letter, where to start, and which direction to move. Learning Without Tears, LWT, uses hands-on learning tools and exercises that follow a child's natural sequence of learning: imitation, copying, independent writing. Stage 1. Imitating. The child watches as the adult writes and then imitates. For example, create a worksheet using "My turn, your turn." Showing the child how to form a letter is important to help your child form each letter in the same way each time. Stage 2. Copying. Once a child learns the motor pattern of a letter, they will be able to copy it from a model. Stage 3. Writing. The child writes unassisted without a demonstration or a model. For example, create a worksheet in which children produce sentences using given vocabulary words. The best way to teach a child to print is to use a structured program that gives consistent visual or verbal cues that eventually become automatic for the child. Here you will find a list of potential options to consider. Some are available as a free download, while others can be purchased commercially. Learning Without Tears, LWT, formerly known as Handwriting Without Tears. The Sensible Pencil, Printing Like a Pro, Big Strokes for Little Folks, PAL's Handwriting Program, and Print Club. A commonly used program created by and used by occupational therapists is Learning Without Tears, which was previously known as Handwriting Without Tears. Learning Without Tears is a simple developmentally based program for writing readiness, which includes strategies for pre-writing activities, printing, and cursive writing. All techniques are developmentally based. This program utilizes a multi-sensory approach and teaches letters in groups that are formed similarly, known as motor groups. Children learn to use posture and balance, control and movement, perception and memory, and coordination to develop good handwriting habits from the very beginning. Hands-on learning tools and exercises follow a student's natural sequence of learning for imitation, then copying, then independent writing. Learning Without Tears uses motor group progression for lowercase formations as follows. Same formations as capital letter SVWT, magic C, COAGDQ, transition group ULEKY, diver letters RNM, HBP, and final group FXZ. Multisensory activities reinforce letter and number recognition and help make motor formation patterns more automatic. Offering different learning opportunities not only reinforces concepts, but also provides new and fun activities to keep a child engaged. During these activities, emphasize the correct way to form a letter, where to start, and in which direction to move. There are many different multisensory teaching tools that can be used when working on printing skills. These include Wet, Dry, Try from Learning Without Tears, squishy bags made from adding paint to Ziploc bags, air writing, drawing letters in sand, rice, and shaving cream, tracing textured letters, forming letters using Play-Doh, Wiki Sticks, or other manipulatives. When working on forming letters, it is important to use a consistent approach. Using verbal cues help to reinforce letter formation and correct orientation, such as starting from the top. Teaching and demonstrating important position words like top, middle, bottom will help children understand verbal cues. Position words can also be taught during play activities. When writing letters with a child, talk about the different line or curves that make up each letter. For example, when teaching lowercase t, verbal prompts would be start at the top and go down, jump to the middle, line across. Another strategy to support letter formation is the use of visual cues. Visual cues are used to model correct formation and can include using stickers at the starting point of the letter or connecting the dots. These strategies should be faded as the child shows more readiness for independent writing. Visual supports help children understand where to put their letters on the line. It further encourages consistent sizing and spacing of letters. Visuals can be used to remind the child to start writing at the top and support the child's writing on the line. Once children learn how to form their letters, they need to learn how to put them on the paper. Lined paper provides visual cues for placement of letters and helps to avoid floating letters. Lined paper supports sizing and supports spatial arrangement of lowercase letters. There are different styles of lined paper that may be used to help orient letters on the line. It is important to be consistent with the type of lined paper used and to teach how to use the lines properly. Whenever possible, use the same paper at home and at school. Some common letter reversals found in children's printing are for B and D, M and W, N and U, or P and Q. When working on letter reversals, ensure your child knows their left and right on themselves, on others, and in space. You can do activities like crossing out all the B's and circling all the D's in a sentence. Having the alphabet on their desk to reference may help with decreasing reversal errors. Most importantly, practice. If you know a child struggles with specific reversals, practice proper formation for that letter or group of letters. When it comes to learning to print lowercase letters, choose an approach, be consistent, practice, and avoid additional thinking needs. Remember that having a child copy a sentence has less thinking demands than having a child create their own sentence. This allows a child to focus on letter formation and line use. Thank you for viewing our module on lowercase letter formation. For more information, please refer to the list of references on this slide or feel free to connect with your child's occupational therapist.